it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Welcome to Simple Stamping Saturday. Sorry it's a bit late, but the reason it's late is that I'm also taking part in the Ink Stamp Share, have to get it right, Ink Stamp Share blog hop. So I thought I'd combine the two activities into one. So the Ink Stamp Share blog hop is a colour challenge, and we can use Poppy Parade, Crushed Curry, Pink Petal, Mint Macaron or Purple Posy. I have selected to use Petal Pink, Purple Posy and Mint Macaron, and I'm using First Frost, which is from the annual catalogue. It was in last year's autumn winter catalogue. I cannot tell you how much I have used this. It is an amazing set. It's beautiful and you can do so much with it. You can also get dies, the Frosted Bouquet dies, where you get extra images. So this is just punched or die cut. This is just die cut. Everything else lines up with an image, and you get two of some of them. So you get two of the thistles and two of the small roses, which means you can save on the number of times you have to crank through. So this is my simple project, my quick and simple project, with the envelope that we always stamp on the envelope for Simple Stamping Saturday. So it's a really simple, just 3 colours and the stamp set. The only technique I've used is a bit of simple masking, and I mean really simple masking, just so I don't end up mucking up the sentiment in the middle. So let me show you how I've made it. So I've got a Whisper White note card, and I'm just going to line up a post-it along the top of the crease, because I may well go over the edge. I certainly did previously. So, and I need another one for covering up the sentiment. So the first thing I'm going to stamp, and I'm using some very bizarre blocks for this, just so that they were all on blocks. So I'm going to use the sentiment, same sentiment, here's to a season filled with warmth, comfort and good cheer. So I'm going to ink it up, and this is Purple Posy. I'm loving this colour. I know we had to wait for it for a very long time. Gosh, my blocks are filthy. I know we had to wait for it for a very long time, but oh, so pretty. I mean, how gorgeous is that? It does dry down a little paler, but it really is an amazing colour. So I'm just going to leave that to dry for a moment before I cover it up. The key to this is to not get fluff on your card. So I'm going to do the top area first, and I can see through the post-it note that I've covered up the sentiment, so I can see where the sentiment is. I'm going to leave a very small margin round. The first stamp I'm going to use is the one that I need Mint Macaron for. So let's close that for the moment. Grab my Mint Macaron. I think this is such a lovely colour combination. When I first saw the colour scheme, I was kind of thinking, really? Really? Now I've already got ink on here. I've been making swaps for on stage, and I got a bit carried away. So I am going to stamp off on my lovely grid paper because it's already dirty. So I'm just going to make sure I can see what I did before. So this is going to come kind of, I want the leaves to be on the post-it note, so this lump here and this lump there, and there we go. So we've just got that little bit, which is exactly what I wanted. Then with the Petal Pink, I've got the small little kind of berry, I think, and that I'm going to stamp kind of up into this corner, and this is where I need that post-it note just in case. And I'm stamping off because I don't want the full strength. I mean, that may seem terribly obvious, but just in case you didn't realise why I was stamping off, you can get different intensities of colour depending on whether you stamp off first or not. So I've got the little thistle, and again, stamping off, and I'm just going to pop him in here, just up in that corner there. Right, so now I can take this off, turn it round, and again line up so that I've got a little border round, and I'm going to repeat exactly the same thing, but upside down, back to front, however you look at it. And again, I don't want the big leaves to be on the card, I want them to be on the post-it note. Now mine is one of the old clear mount stamps. They now come as cling mounts, so you've got the nice sticky label to put on the back. I could retrofit some sticky label, but I just haven't got around to it yet. And then let's take the petal pink one again, and we'll come in down here, I think. Slightly different positioning from the original one, but that's fine. That's the joy of handmade cards, is they are all unique. And this one I have a habit of rocking. Hurrah! I managed to not rock it this time. Let's come in there. I'm just realising it's right at the bottom of the screen. Anyway, there we go. So that is our card. Really easy. So I don't need that anymore, and I don't need that anymore. What I do need is that, but what I first need to do is fold my card and give it a good burnish with a bone folder. Get a much better fold if you use your bone folder. And then grab my envelope, and remember that you get, my brain's gone, you get 20 note cards and envelopes in a pack, and you can get them either in Very Vanilla or Whisper White. Obviously I'm using Whisper White, and again I'm using the little filigree, and I've stamped it off, and we've got a nice little piece down there. And then I'm going to use the smaller of the two roses and ink up and not stamp off, and just layer that over the top for the envelope. So that is our quick and simple card, and we're at 7.5 minutes, including some chat from me at the beginning. So as you can see, very quick and straightforward. So if you have got a little more in your tool bag, more stash, and a few more techniques up your sleeve, you could go to this one, which is what I would class as a casual project. So I've used the same stamps in the same way. I've used the everyday label punch to punch out the sentiment, and I did piece the sentiment. So let me show you what I mean by that. Let me grab a scrap. Oh, famous last words. Okay, here. So this is a scrap. So I punched that out. Now this is significantly larger than either the Purple Posy or the Whisper White. So all I did to make the piece smaller was, let's go in this way, was pop this back into the punch, but don't bring it all the way across. So make sure it's lined up, and then punch, and you end up with a different size. So do remember you can do that with your punches. You don't have to use them the full size. You can piece them. So I've done that. I've added some pearls just to give it a little bit of, a bit more really. And then if you have the dies, you can go the whole hog, and I've used the label die with the Purple Posy behind. So again, we've got Purple Posy here, and then I've die cut everything rather than using the stamps, and again I've added the pearls. So we've got our quick, simple, easy card, our slightly stepped up version. This I fussy cut, and I just crunched the flower up a bit so it gave it a bit of dimension. So this is fussy cut, this is die cut, and this is all die cut, even with the label. So there you go. I hope you found that interesting. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're here on the blog hop, do go back to my website, and you'll see who's next on the blog hop there. The link to my website is below, and that will take you straight to this project. So if you're here for Simple Stamping Saturday, why not have a go at hopping along? As I say, the other two colours that we were allowed to use were Poppy Parade and Crushed Curry. We were only allowed to use 3, and I cannot wait to see which colours the others used. So yeah, go and have a look. If you need any of the products, I would be thrilled if you're in the UK, if you would choose to shop with me. I try to look after my customers really well. Everyone who shops with me, regardless of how much they spend, in a month will get a thank you card and a little gift. And if you use the host code, you also get some free product. And of course, if you use the host code and your order is £30 or more, you get to earn Sunflower Rewards, which you can, when you've got 10, you can trade in for more free product. So thank you very much indeed for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye!